What's up? Let's try to get it right this time. Let's see if we can get it right this time. I see Frank got in here pretty quick. Early in the morning. Yes. I guess it's one of those it is what it is situations. But anyway, hopefully somebody get the notifications when they wake up. Team no sleep. Absolutely team no sleep. 'Cause that's what we do. Yeah, this is terrible. Somebody's purposely doing this. I don't know what they're doing right now. Somebody's team's doing it. I gotta fight the power yet again. Yeah, he did. They doing something. I don't know. Do YouTube got a bedtime or something? You know what? Screw. Anyway, Drake test came back negative. He says that he is negative for the corona situation. He's all good and he's in the clear. So whatever this is, we just gonna roll with it. I ain't finna make no more videos on this. Now, here's what you don't know about the situation. While everybody's jumping up and down and cheering because they're saying Drake is saying that everything is okay. Yay, Drake. So while everybody's cheering and throwing the arms up in the air and waving them like they just don't care, let's look at the gist of it, shall we? There's a much bigger issue that they didn't know until now. Late last night, they discovered a problem. Yeah, a lot of people weren't paying attention. A problem was discovered that they think they need to retest some people because of the simple fact that they don't believe the test is 100% reliable. And you have a lot of people that are false, getting false positives that are really not infected because certain people came back and they took the test again and they didn't have it at all after having, you know, like showing that they had it. They miraculously it just went away too quick. So they're trying to see is there some irregularities in the test, and if they are, what are they that can set off the test to give you a false positive? Because some people that they were saying was okay, and it wasn't okay. They were sick the next day, and they probably was sick, and they said, "Well, the symptoms just haven't shown yet." Drake still has to self quarantine because even though the test says that he doesn't have the coronavirus, and of course he wants to put that out to the world, he does not have it. Still doesn't mean he could have it and not yet show symptoms. But I guess it's been 6 days since he's been around KD, so he should be okay. What's up, Danielle Parra? I see you. Yeah, they kind of messing up, man. I mean, yesterday was like the worst I've ever seen it in like I don't know how many years. So we're doing a whole fight against a whole bunch of stuff going on, but we're gonna get there. We'll get it all straightened out. Of course, they're doing it for fear tactics. That's the only tactic they know is fear. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The tests, some points are very virtually kind of irreliable or unreliable, rather. Yeah, well, if the test is unreliable, then it's not 100% accurate. Then you can have certain symptoms give off a false positive. Then it says it takes like 37 days for it to leave your system. Next thing you know, you be doing well, and before you know it, bam, you go around somebody else who got it, and then you can get it again. What happens then? Is it does more damage after recovering from it? You can picking it right back up. And Curry got the flu from his son, apparently, and that had an effect on him after the first game, and they thought he had the virus, and they took him in for testing and made sure they gave him all kind of treatments and special medicine that they had because they cannot have Steph Curry coming out saying he's positive. That would send the whole Bay Area in a frenzy. Sleep hasn't been my problem. My problem has been I don't like people sabotaging my work. That's what I got a problem with. So, people work too hard at this to let somebody come in and just do whatever they feel like it. Everybody's in that state. I mean, think about it. Who you gonna roll with? Hmm? Who the person that you're gonna rely on in a situation where it could get rough? Who? Ain't too many people I know that I would want to be down with in a situation like that. She's like, I might have to get my YouTube page going. You might as well. That's why that Patreon finna be cracking. Word to Big Bird. Word to Big Bird, man. I mean, because you almost can't trust it. You can't trust what's going on over here one day to the next. First name Smith, last name West. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad Drake don't have it. I don't want anybody to have it. So I'm just really glad for him because I know he probably was nervous and scared, and his team was. They're probably in behind this whole thing with my page too. Him, LeBron's team, but we all know it's LeBron's team. So we'll fix it. Don't worry. At the end of the day, I'll straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. Cause the last few times, baby, you had to understand. We all knew something just wasn't right. Well, now that Drake is free, in other words, he ain't got to worry about it. Everything is taken care of. Drake took his test, it came back negative, so he feels really confident. And Drake is the type of person that he vibes on his confidence. He needs someone else to feed his confidence so that he can feel empowered. So if you're not there to feed that ego, if somebody's not there to keep patting that ego, like, come on, you're doing a great job, patting him on the back, it's gonna dissipate at some point. It's gonna fade, and he's not gonna want to do what he was doing before, and he's gonna start drifting away. And so he needs to constantly get that adulation from somewhere. And once people's like, oh, he might have it and he might be scared and all these different things. And of course you'd be scared. And it's the natural human thing. But when you Drake, you're not supposed to like show a fear or anything. But anyway, he did the test. It all came back. So it is what it is. And my health comes before Drake. Well, the thing is, Drake is the type of individual that he needs this type of thing. So the fact that they told him the test was negative, and here's the thing, it's been a lot of false positives. A lot of people who were positives, they're taking the test again because they're like, look, we probably have to retest these people because a lot of these people, the test came back negative like in about less than a week. So they're having a lot of what they think false positives. That the test is having a hard time gauging positives and negative. So they just really kind of figured this out yesterday when somebody who tested positive, like some days later, just days, when they went in to do the treatment and everything else, they came up negative, like they didn't have it at all. and they weren't having any symptoms at all. They're like, well, I don't have any symptoms, but the test said I was positive. So they want to know what's triggering this test to say positive when it's not. And some people who don't have it, did they miss it? Did the test miss it? They got to test that too. So now we could be back at square one. We don't know what's happening now. But see, the rest of the world don't really know that yet. Just certain selected few. Davies is straight. I just wish he made a like an album I could really get behind. All his stuff sound mixtape-ish, you know. But I like him. He can rhyme. I give him that. If you have no symptoms, then you are fine. Yeah, well, we trying to get this thing here fixed first, and then we can go from there because there's been a lot of like craziness happening that just don't make sense here. So we're gonna try to figure all that out, and because people are not getting notifications, it's a mess all over again. Yeah, so let me get over here and try to get this fixed. Love, peace, and hair grease. It's your boy Carcino here, and this is